What up, YouTubers? This is J-Rex, the J-Rex, and going to make a video, and I'm going to explain why capitalism does not work anymore. Now, we are getting closer and closer to another economic crisis. If you guys didn't know, just in case, I'm gonna say this, but gold and silver, they crashed. They crashed and they went down really low. If you look at gold, it went down, from 1,500 all the way down to what was it? It's 1,400. Let me look at the graph. I'm pretty sure, yeah, gold went somewhere from 1,500, and I think it went as low as it got to the 1,300s. So I mean that's a real drop. And silver crashed really low too. It went all the way. It went from the high 20s and now it went to the low 20s. And it dropped really low, and it did this within a couple days. And you don't. If you are an experienced, precious metals investor, you know something like this does not happen. This does not happen. This is what just happened recently with the crash was out of the ordinary. But what I'm saying is, whenever there's a crash in gold, whenever there's a crash of the price of gold, whenever there is a crash, a recession is likely to follow after that. In 2008, there was a crash of gold, and this was around July, and a couple months after that, around fall time, that's when the recession hit. So you think about if gold crashed just recently, a couple days ago in April, if we go by the same pattern of what happened in 2008, we might have a crash in a couple months. Probably around late summer, early fall, maybe August. But that's just a hypothesis. I'm not saying it's going to happen. But it's just, history tends to repeat itself. And, it seems like the pattern that led to the economic recession of 2008 is happening again in 2013. So, now once the price of oil crashes, and that goes down to below 80, then and it stays there, yeah, then it's pretty much a guarantee that we're gonna be in some shit. But so far, oil is holding itself up. It's not below 80 right now, so yeah, we'll see what happens. But case in point, we will have an economic crisis. That is a guaranteed. Now, it's varying levels of when it's actually going to happen, but pretty much based on the majority of the articles and the videos that I've come across, it is pretty much the majority of them say that it is going to happen within this decade. It's going to happen from 2010 to 2020. It's going to happen within that decade. So we are in some shit, and it's gonna be bad. But from what I've come across, Peter Schiff and Robert Kiyosaki, they are predicting the crisis to hit by 2016. There's another man, I forgot his name. Fuck. What is that guy's name? Hold on. But yes, basically this guy said that the crisis is guaranteed to hit in the 20 teens. Now, based on him saying the 20 teens, I'm pretty sure he meant by, the teenager years, which is 13 to 19. So 2013 to 2019, the 20 teens. You piece of shit internet, why are you so goddamn slow? Jesus Lord, come on now. God damn, man. This shit is so damn slow. Fuck. Come on, man. Seriously, Matt. I can masturbate and ejaculate faster than these goddamn load times, man. What the fuck? It takes so damn long. Okay, yeah, it's not coming up. But I have no reason to lie to you about this. I have no reason to make this shit up, because I'm not going to get anything out of lying to you. But from what I've heard from this man, the crash is expected to hit in the 20 teens. Now, also, what I've learned is that we are also hitting we are hitting the limit in our resources. And when I was watching this video, I can give you the link to the video if you want to watch it, but I'll just tell you it here so I can save you the time of having to watch that video for like an hour. I'll just say it to you in a nutshell to save you the time of having to watch that video, but I'll say it right here. In this video, it states that we are expected to have a water crisis by 2015. We are expected to have a situation where water will be more valuable than oil, and we might get to a point where countries will be going to war for water. So that's how bad it might get. And he's saying this is projected to hit around 2015. Fuck, I can't remember this man's name. What is his name? I better. Let me get his name. Subtitles. Here we go. The Pyramid Crisis. What's the name? There we go. That's his name. Chris Martenson. Martenson? Oh, what was that? Oh shit.
He has presented his powerful findings at the United Nations.
Oh shit, flying dildos. Hold on. Oh shit.
Their plan. Now, while the evidence is over, so let's get out their
Chris
plans
Martenson.
for this
That's his name.
Fortune 3 these investigations have resulted, but in 2002, governments.
Goddamn, get your dick out of your mouth.
Presents a pyramid scheme, doubling refusers, and give them a chart that are on the economy functions. As a pathologist, I want out their plan. In 2002, I started taking a keen. In 2002, I started taking a keen.
Wait for it. Okay.
Economy function.
Chris Martenson. Chris Martenson. Yeah, that's his name, Chris Martenson. But yeah, if you're curious about him, just look him up. Now, but yes, we are going to hit a water crisis, and we pretty much hit the point where there will be no more cheap oil. Yes, we still got a lot of oil to mine and get access to. We still got plenty of that. The thing is, though, we've pretty much run out of cheap oil. So, yeah, that's not good. That is not good because practically our whole infrastructure runs off oil. Our goddamn cars, our trucks, our heating systems, our our farming systems, and just pretty much our whole infrastructure just runs off this damn resource. What I don't understand is why is our country still running off a resource that is going obsolete? I don't understand why our country is still using this damn resource. I don't know why. Surely they must have known that we have been running out of this motherfucking resource. I don't know why they're still using it to fucking, wipe their ass with, man. I don't understand it. I don't understand why they're still damn wanking off with this shit, man, using it for lubrication. Why are you gonna do that? Buying this expensive ass lubricant and shit when it's running out, man. Like, what the hell, man? You got a slippery dick with brown shit all over it, and you forked over like goddamn $80 for a barrel of this shit when you could have got some damn water lubricants for it. What the fuck, man? You just wasted your money, and now you got a slippery brown limp dick with shit all over it. But it makes no sense. What I'm saying is, I don't understand. I don't know if anybody can comprehend this. Like, imagine yourself. You are using a resource that is running out. Your country is solely running off this resource, and you are running out of the cheap stuff. You are running out of the cheap stuff to use. So I mean, why are you going to make a product that is running off something that is going extinct? Why are you gonna do that? Why would you do that when you could much rather create a product that runs off something that is in much greater supply and is not running out like oil is? Why not use something that, like solar energy, like an infinite supply of like solar energy? Okay, something that is not gonna run out within like 70 years. Why? I don't comprehend it. And that's what happens in a capitalist society. Capitalism causes you to do illogical things. It causes you to do illogical things because you want the money. You want the money and you want more of it, and you don't want the money to stop coming in. But that is pretty much the reason why we are still running off this goddamn energy source, is because there are some greedy ass companies that they are too happy, making all of this money, and they are too happy just making all these profits off a resource going extinct. They are too happy shoving oil up their ass. They are too happy doing that to be focusing on the more important matters in our society to this day, man. Shoo. I mean, you can keep shooting oil up your ass for only so long. You can only keep shooting that shit right up the rectum hole for only so long before the climax ends. And then the climax is gonna end. You're gonna have an ass full of brown oil up your rectum, and you're gonna be thinking to yourself, God damn, I got a dirty asshole now. I fucked up. Damn, this is gonna use a lot of toilet paper. I made a mess, and I fucked up, and now I gotta clean this shit up. That's what's gonna happen. They're gonna realize the consequences of their actions. They got caught up in the moment of the climax, and now they are stuck with a damn oil baby that's fucking hogging up all their damn resources and wealth. But whatever. I'm just saying it like it is. Now. Oh, fuck, let me get this now. But yes, basically, we are running out of the cheap stuff. We were running out of cheap stuff for oil, and water is getting to dangerous lows, and I think companies are realizing that that your wealth has a limit. It has a bar, and I think these corporations, they're gonna learn the hard way, but what they're going to learn is that you can build as much wealth as you want. You can be as rich as you want. But sooner or later, you're going to realize that your wealth has a limit. You're going to realize that you can't just keep building your wealth infinitely when there is finite resources. You're going to realize you can't get rich. You can't get infinitely rich. You can't have excessive amounts of greed. And you can't keep building your wealth in a world where there is a limited amount of resources. Okay? If Earth kept shooting oil up for as long as we lived, if oil kept shooting up oil until you were old and wrinkly and you got a pruny ass, if the world could do that, then you'd be fine. But guess what? It doesn't. The world cannot produce infinite amounts of resources. It takes time. The Earth is a finite planet with finite resources. And in a finite world with finite resources, you cannot have infinite growth. You cannot have infinite wealth. You cannot have infinite riches. And that is the problem with capitalism. Capitalism is based off infinite growth. And that where capitalism falls apart of itself, because capitalism, you can't have capitalism in a finite world. Maybe if you lived in an infinite world, then yeah, no problem. Capitalism will work dandy and fine with fucking flowers and begonias and pretty little roses and pretty little Oompa Loompas jumping around, all happy merry-go-round, playing a game of hopscotch, patty cake, some shit, whatever, but now we get on the real side here. That is not what is happening right now. We do not live in a world of happy-go-lucky, jumping around Oompa Loompas, throwing out bouquets of flowers at you. We do not live in a world like that. We live in a world of a finite planet with finite resources. Now that is one reason why capitalism is doomed to failure. Infinite growth in a finite world, that is doomed to failure. Now, and we are now finally getting the consequences of our actions, okay? We are now reaching a point where clean water is running out. We are now reaching a point where cheap oil is running out. We are now reaching a point where we are fucking actually, hitting the limits of our food sources. We are now reaching the limits out of all of that. And we are going to have an energy crisis guaranteed within this decade. Now, another thing, like I said, the reason why capitalism is doomed to failure is because unemployment. That is another big thing. Now, I want you to think about this. What do you think is the unemployment percentage of our country? Do you think it's 10%? Do you think it's 7%? What do you think it is? What do you think it really is? What you see on the mainstream news, do you think they're telling you the truth when they tell you our unemployment rate is where it is? You think they're telling you the truth? 10%? 7%? Do you think that's really true? If you think that's really true, look around you. Look what's going on with your friends. Do your friends have jobs? How about your friends' sons? How about your friends' brothers, daughters? Do they have jobs? What about your family? Do they have jobs? Look around you. Look at the infrastructure. How much homeless people do you see living on the streets, huh? Do you see a lot? Does this look like a 7% unemployment rate? Does it? Does it? No, it does not. Look at the shit that's going around you. You look at the shit that's going around you, it does not look like a goddamn 7% unemployment rate. 7% unemployment rate, my ass. I don't know where the hell the mainstream media got that information from, but they must have pulled it out of their damn penis holes or their damn vagina holes, because I do not see that happening around me. I do not see that as believable. those mainstream news media people must have been, they must have wiped their ass with some toilet paper, and they saw like 7 on the stain that they left on the toilet paper, and they were like, all right, we'll go with that for unemployment, 7%. But yes, the unemployment rate is not 7%. At least I don't think it is. Now I can show you this other article I found, but hold on, let me see. Let me pull that article up. Okay, you know what? No, I'm not gonna pull the article up. It's gonna take a long time, so I'll put it in the link in the YouTube if you want to see it. But basically, I mean, you can look at our, you can just type it in on Google. Like, I think it's the debt clock. Type in the U.S. total debt clock, real time, and then you can open that webpage up, and I'm pretty sure it will give you the information of our unemployment rate in one of the tabs. But basically, we have an unemployment. Oh, fuck. You know what? I don't want to give you the wrong information. Let me look it up again. Fuck. You know what? I'm on limited time. I'm not gonna do it. I'll just give you a rough estimate of it. But basically, about if you want to calculate everyone, we actually have about 101 million Americans unemployed. 101 million Americans unemployed. Basically what is going on right now is the U.S. government, they are only counting the labor force that is looking for a job right now. They are not counting the labor force, the working labor force that is not looking for a job right now. So what is going on right now is if you're only counting the working labor force that is looking for a job, if you only count them and you don't count the working labor force that is not looking for a job, if you only count the ones that are looking for a job, it's going to make your unemployment rate seem lower. Now what the government is doing right now is they are taking people off from the people actively looking for a job. They are taking off people from that section, and they are putting them in the category of people not looking for a job. So basically, that is how our unemployment rate is lowering, you know. But shit, I mean, if I was looking for a job for a long time and I couldn't find any jobs, then I would probably eventually give up myself and end up in the working force not looking for a job section. So if you want to count the working labor force not looking for a job, if you want to count them, then we would actually have an unemployment number of 101 million people. Now you got to think, there's about 300 million Americans, okay, and their unemployment rate is about 100 million Americans. So think of that. You got 100 million Americans unemployed out of 300 million Americans. So that is a total. That is about 30% unemployment. That is fucking horrible. Okay. And so that's bad, man. That's bad. And but yeah, we are pretty much seeing the end of capitalism. The capitalism is reaching its end, and you see it right there. The unemployment rate, 100 million, and it keeps going down. If you look at the unemployment rate in America, it's on a downward slope. It's not going up. You don't see the rate going up. It's going down. So that's bad. And pretty much I think the main reason for that is technological unemployment. Robots are replacing us in jobs. Okay. Robots are replacing us in the cooking force. Robots are replacing us in the service industry. Robots are replacing us in the industry section. They're even replacing us in like the phone call section. Telemarketer, customer service. They're even replacing us in that. It's crazy. They're replacing us in virtually everything. We got robots even flying. We got like robots like flying as drones? We got robots flying as drones, like in the sky. We got robots flying. We don't even need pilots anymore. They're being replaced. Virtually all of our jobs are being replaced by robots. And that is what is causing the unemployment rate. Now, you can go ahead and say that, no, the unemployment ratio is due to jobs going overseas, but not even the people overseas are safe. There was an India company, and they're like customer service people, and even they got replaced. They got replaced by a computerized system that provides the customer service. They got replaced by a computerized system. So not even foreign workers are safe. Everybody's getting replaced. Everybody. But I mean, it's only happening now because automation has gotten a lot cheaper. Robots have gotten a lot more cheaper to create and make. You can now get a robot to do your work for like $22,000 now, and if you were to work them like 24 hours a day, that robot is pretty much working off like a $1 an hour salary, like that $1, $2 salary. That's pretty much the salary that it is to make up for that $22,000 purchase. They're using that robot, during its whole lifespan. They're using it for about $2 an hour. That whole lifetime they're using that robot. So that's really a lot cheaper compared to compared to an American worker that works for like $7 an hour. So technology unemployment, it's happening. Robots are very cheap to create now, and they're easy to make, and they can pretty much replace us virtually in any job, and it's happening right now as we speak. So capitalism, we can't go off it any much longer. We are destroying our planet, reaping it of its resources. People are going into poverty because they can't find any jobs. Because their jobs have been taken by robots. We can't even live anymore because our whole capitalist society is just, it's conflicting. It's conflicting with our technological progress that we've made. It's just conflicting, and instead of trying to fight it, we need to accept it and realize capitalism is old and outdated, and it doesn't work anymore. You can't do it. It's just capitalism thrives off people having jobs, and those people who have jobs buy products, but the whole thing falls apart when people don't have jobs and we have robots doing all of our work. The whole system just falls apart on its butt. So we need to take this seriously, realize it for what it is, and just accept the fact that capitalism does not work anymore. We need to accept that and move on and create a new society that is beneficial for everyone. Thank you for listening, and goodbye.